Now for global business updates, Rotus Oddiri joins us. Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, Dr. Basi. Good morning, Ayo, Rufai, all our viewers. People have lost money this week. We begin with precious metals. Anyway, I've told you all what I think about silver.
You didn't give anybody advice and you were clear about it too.
About what?
You said people should go and invest in market. They should not come and meet you for advice. So you said it too, I remember.
I always give the disclaimer that before you invest, you have to speak with a financial advisor and assess your risk tolerance. Yeah, your financial advisor should be up there with your pastor and your doctor. Talk to them every day. But yeah, markets go up and down, which is why you need to assess your risk. So silver, it's just wild swings. Wasn't it 78 yesterday? This time yesterday, that's down. Gold not as volatile as silver though, but 4,000. But it was about 4,009 when we were on this segment just yesterday. So a lot of volatility with respect to precious metals. Bitcoin. I need to shout out Chinemerem, who is a very hardcore viewer of the Rise News channel on YouTube. Big Bitcoin bull. Chinemerem, are you all right? Are you? I haven't heard from you in a while. You need to send a message on the YouTube platform. Let's know you're okay. Bitcoin absolutely cratered yesterday. Fell to almost 60,000. It's rebounded a bit at 65. When we here, it was 71 on this chain. We'll go back and check the tape. 71 around this time yesterday. This week alone, about 15%. It's dropped. 47% from its October 2025 high of about 124,000. So it's been a big drop along with equities. It's been tracked. Why does Bitcoin track equities? So a Bitcoin bull has to explain it to me because I don't understand the intrinsic value. I don't understand how that works, but it's been a really, really big drop, although it's climbing back at now at $65,000. Moving on from there, we had rate decisions this week. Reserve Bank of India talking about the Trump-India trade tensions being relieved and saying that's going to be good for growth in the short to mid-long, even long term. So 5.2% hold. Bank of England, razor's edge, 5 to 4 votes to hold at 3.75. Inflation is still pretty high. The inflation is at what? 1.71, I think, in December for India. And then the ECB, even though inflation I think fell to 1.7, I think in January, they still held rates at 2%. So hold this week from these notable central banks. On there, look, from here on, it's just red everywhere. Asian markets down. At one point, the Kospi was down by about 5 or 6% this morning, but it paired its losses. I think Australia also down by 2%, pretty pronounced there. Nikkei holding, but then the Hang Seng also, the Nifty, funny enough in India, falling as well. Yeah, it's been pretty volatile this week. So yeah, this is what they're calling it. They're calling for the US, they're calling it Software Margeddon and SaaSpocalypse. So because SaaS is a software as a service. Anthropic again released another update. Remember we talked about the AI tool for legal services that it released yesterday. Now it's for financial services. So this thing can actually analyze documents, come up with presentations, analyze spreadsheets, and so on and so forth. So we've seen some really pronounced selling in tech companies this week. The US markets, I think S&P and Dow Jones, they've been down Dow Jones bucked the trend yesterday, day before yesterday, but fell yesterday. So Dow down, S&P down. The NASDAQ was really pronounced because of tech stocks. I even added the Russell 2000 down as well. And it's mainly been the technology stocks that have been falling. Amazon released its earnings yesterday. They said they're going to spend about $200 billion on capital expenditure. Alphabet said they'll spend 185. I think Meta
190
billion. And so there was analysis that was done. The hyperscalers, these are these big companies. I think they're projected to spend about 680 billion in capex this year, more than Germany. I think Germany is like 620. So it's just incredible. But it wasn't enough because basically the investors are saying you're spending all this money. What is the return on investment? So Amazon closed down 4% after hours, plunging by 11%. This week alone, just this week, Oracle almost 20% drop. Palantir 14%, ServiceNow 12%, Salesforce 11%, Microsoft. It's just been a big sell-off, yeah. But not in Nigeria though. No, the NGX was up 118 basis points yesterday. Yes, we need some green. We need some too much red. All share index now crossing 170,000 points. We're up 9.25% so far. But markets, as Rufai said, markets go up and down. So remember, we talked about treasury bills yesterday. Balance up your portfolio. And then, of course, the managing director of operations for the World Bank, I think you might have touched on this, I'm not sure, but it's in today's This Day newspaper, having a meeting, Sophia Berger, having a meeting with Wale Edu, the Minister of Finance, just talking about collaborations between the World Bank and Nigeria. Of course, the World Bank helping Nigeria in terms of renewable energy with that $750 million loan. Agriculture, digital infrastructure, trade flows, private investments. That's our updates for today.
Well, the producer says no time for chat.
You think so?
So we have to let you go.
Thank you so much.
We have to let you go.
Weekend
Thank
time,
you very much.
Friday.
Yeah.